My name's Jeanette McCulloch and I'm standing in the exhibition space of the Chained Library, and the map of Monday's up there, and it's a rather beautiful and sacred and brilliant place to be standing. And I've got with me an exhibition of work that is going to be in the Chained Library from the 9th of October through to the 31st of December. And the exhibition actually came about because I approached Jennifer and Elizabeth and Martin in the Chained Library and asked them if I could have access to their medieval books, specifically ones that refer to herbals, medieval herbals. Herbals are wonderful things. They are showing sort of the medieval mind at its best in some ways, the illustrations, the descriptions of plants, the descriptions of the medical purposes of plants, how they affect people, all different things to do with herbals I'm actually really interested in. I have had the greatest privilege working with Jennifer and Martin in the library, and they gave me access to books that I could sit and draw. And they would supply me with a book. They kind of knew what I was looking for. Old images, they could have been woodcuts or they could have been engravings as the printing process and books sort of started changing, and slightly newer books. So the one that I was looking at recently was this huge book of all the illustrations, beautiful watercolours by two female illustrators, early Victorian, of all the apples and all the pears in Herefordshire. What an incredible treasure to sit and look at that. So I'm drawing all of these things, kept coming back again, having a look at new books. To see an actual real book right in front of you is a gem. I've got loads of books at home, but there's nothing like sitting in a library with people that are very knowledgeable, talking to me about the books while I'm actually drawing them. That was a really wonderful thing. So when you're thinking about a theme as wide as herbals, it started off by drawing in the physic garden of Helen's Manor because of their plant collection outside. And there's a series of paintings that I started doing that then started leading into what the old manuscripts and the illustrations that monks and herbalists and gardeners were actually making from that point onwards, early beautiful illustrations. So what I've got here is an example of work that actually changes from looking at plants and thinking about plants and how they were actually drawn into my own sort of creative self, and allowing something to develop that was going to be exhibited in a cabinet as opposed to on a wall, which gave me free rein with my creative sort of like energies that I have to make work in many different ways. From working like that, which is quite instinctive, and it's an interesting journey because you don't know what you're actually aiming for, the idea of the medical part of plants actually started slipping away, and I became very interested in the detail of plants. I have many examples with me today of some of the work. Some of them are behind me. They are pieces of work which are made out of porcelain. They're made out of paper-dried clay. They're made out of sort of printmaking, lino printing. I've brought examples of small books that are actually relating to all of the work that has been produced probably over a period of about 10 months. I've even actually got behind me tiny little seeds that I started making, seed pods, and then the seeds in seed pods, and put them into glass sort of jars. So I'm really looking forward to this exhibition because I actually don't know what it's going to look like. That's the exciting part of being an artist. Not knowing is actually the best way to produce work. So the portfolio that I have here and the work as a result of approaching the staff in the Chained Library has meant for an exhibition where my work is actually part of Laden with Fruit, which is an exhibition where we've brought my work and the work that is illustrated in some of the books together to be shown in the cabinets in the Chained Library and in the exhibition space.